I don't have to have the answers. One step at a time. Keep learning, keep meeting people, keep expressing myself, keep diving into these feelings, and be authentic. Don't be afraid of being who I am. Say what I want to say. These things matter. This is the only life we get, and there is no big payoff at the end of the day. I'm Jeremiah Boucher, a commercial real estate investor with over 20 years experience. This show is designed to help you build your business, become a better real estate investor, and help you see opportunities that will keep you ahead of the competition. This is Finding Your Edge. What's up, guys? Jeremiah Boucher here, Finding Your Edge, another podcast. It's been a bitch. Oh, it's been a bitch. This life is not easy, is it? Right? On social media, it's all sunshine and rainbows. Everybody's got it all figured out. And then underneath it all, so much suffering. Want to be, I just want to be real, right? Sometimes there's ups, there's downs. We've all been there, and we continue to go through it. So for me on this episode, I want to talk about just one step at a time, right? Not overthinking it, just moving through the challenges. Man, I feel like I hit a midlife crisis, and that is probably not that appealing to anyone wanting to watch this. But if you've ever felt like everything that you've been doing sometimes feels like it's like you're lost, right? You're like, what am I doing all this for? You can go down that rabbit hole. I have, and you just start to think, man, why am I working so hard? What the hell am I trying to achieve? And then I see people have families, and I see people just push harder at goals. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's a beautiful thing to build, but it just seems like a lot of times people do things to think they're going to feel better, but then it's just another thing to cover up why they don't feel that good. And I feel like I've been in this place where it's time to get honest. I'm like, okay, what am I trying to achieve here? And it really comes down to me is trying to be present with what I'm doing and with who I'm with, and trying to figure out where is the payoff. And the payoff is in the connection with people through the good times and the bad. People come, people go. Businesses come, they go. Investments work, they don't work. Your health is great, and then it's not. And it's this dance that we work through as conscious beings, that we are dealing with the ups and downs of life. And we all have different ways of dealing with it. And it's trying to figure out, how do I do it in a way where I can sit in the suffering and be okay, right? And for me, I don't have it figured out. But I realize that we get to decide who we are every single day and express ourselves through our actions. Because the thoughts are going to think and the body's going to feel. But what do we choose to do to be who we want to be, or be who we are? And I've covered that up a lot in my life. It was like, just make people happy. Find the right girl, make her happy. Make my parents happy. Make investors happy, and do everything for everyone so they can say, good job, Jer. And I feel like, oh, okay, I'm great. Now I did everything I was supposed to do, and now I should feel happy. And sometimes I do, and other times I don't. And it's getting honest with myself, like, okay, well, where's the big payoff? And that's where the addictive nature of just the obsession on things can get out of control, where it's like the next big payoff is the next big high. And a lot of entrepreneurs and achievers, driven people, they feel this. It gets to a point where you're like, okay, well, I'm not getting the next high here. This is awesome. And I get the high. It feels good. But then it's less and less, and you get lower and lower. And then it's like, man, okay, so where is it at? And for me, I'm just rambling. It's all it comes down to is just being connected to myself and to people and to feel. And I got to explore, okay, well, what can I do to help myself feel connected? And it's just been an exploration, man. It's been writing, trying to read, learning, just being with people and hanging out and enjoying the company. And that sounds normal. Like that sounds like most people, that's how most people live. But I find out like there's a whole other part of people or a whole like segment of people that are so driven. They're so obsessed that it's hard. It's hard to be still. It's hard to be at peace. And then it's like sitting and meditating in a room that doesn't work either. Not for me. I mean, that helps, but it's riding the waves, doing the dance, and then obviously moving my body, feeling, and trying to learn more about myself, and in turn, what drives me. And I don't have the answers, but anyway, I think the main thing here for me is like I don't have to have the answers. One step at a time. Keep learning, keep meeting people, keep expressing myself, keep diving into these feelings, and be authentic. Don't be afraid of being who I am. Say what I want to say. Be silent when I want to be silent. Listen and be present. Just be patient. Watch it. Watch people. Watch how the business evolves. Be present in my body. These things matter. Like this is the only life we get, and there is no big payoff at the end of the day. At least in my mind. Like I'm not going to some euphoric heaven. Like this life is the gift that I get to get, and there's so many beautiful things that I get to experience. I am so grateful for everything that I have. Yet there's this uneasiness always underneath my skin. And if you felt this way, I think everyone feels this way at some level. Like you just can't cover it up. And I think we're so disconnected, or we can be in this culture, because we got all this segmented social media and entertainment and every drug that you could ever conceive of in order to pump in our bodies, and so many conflicting messages and a lot of chaos and a lot of political drama, and so much is going on that we get so wrapped up in our emotions, and we're just trying to cling on to something that's meaningful, that gives us our identity. And to stand up and define our own identity, define my identity and who I am, what I believe in, what I want to do, is not an easy task, right? It's easier to just grab a hold of someone else's answers and say, "Hey, I'm just going to follow this plan." And maybe I'm doing that. Maybe I'm following along. I don't even know it, but I feel like that's not authentic to me, and I'm going to pull different things from different people and different ideas or different interests, and paint my own painting or play out my own movie. So it's this fucking empty space right now, though. It's like, okay, well, where do I go with this? And being alone is a great opportunity to learn and explore that. Traveling alone, the weekends alone, sitting alone. And there's nothing wrong with being alone. Like that is great. But then long periods of time, you really start to get to know who you are and what's going on inside. And I'm not exactly sure, but I do know like this restlessness it comes and it goes, and it's here a lot. So I think for me, all I can do is just let go of everything in terms of trying to attach or cling to a person or group of people or an expectation, and just being like, man, this is me. I'm going to explore. I'm curious. I'm going to go to this place, try this thing out, meet this person, see how I feel, hang out with friends. Sometimes it's great. Sometimes it's not. And keep following what is driving me deep down. And I think that's a skill. It's a huge skill, because then you decide like, what is it that matters? And I think it's easy for me to fall into like, none of it matters. I don't matter. This whole thing is just it's a lifeless universe. And that's probably what a lot of the philosophers or I don't know, people that are deep thinkers go back and forth with, and like, what's the meaning of it all? And I think the meaning is what we make it. And we have the ability to choose and explore and try new things and be curious and enjoy the process or don't. But it's up to us because we get to paint this reality. Like there's a reality, but our reality is so subjective that we just everything that comes through this thing that we have, these physical senses, is how we're going to define what it is that we're experiencing. So for me, yeah, I'm just going to keep getting out there, right? Get out there, try dating, get out there, try, continue to define what this business is all about, building wealth, building abundance, building independence, controlling my time, controlling my emotions, not controlling in a way to govern them in terms of suppressing them or repressing them, but feeling it and then not just reacting, just expressing and listening and allowing the things to come up and the things to go and the things to come out. And I think it's helpful for everybody. I think for me, it's like trying to find the beauty in the little things of walking, of a conversation, of a sunset, a sunrise, of, just being healthy, of listening and being present with somebody, truly giving them your time and attention. And if you have kids, I think that's a beautiful opportunity because you're so connected to them and they're reading you and feeling you, and you get to express who you are, not by what you say, but how you're being. And I noticed that that's the mirror of how we interpret who we are. Like we can't look at our own eyes. You can look at a mirror, but you can't bite your own teeth, right? Like we have these senses, and then we get to be who we are and see the reflection of what comes back to us with other people. And whatever we put out is what we attract. And if, in my past, if I feel like I am not worthy or I don't deserve love or deserve, I guess, success, I'm going to put out subconsciously all this shit that's going to reflect it back to me. And maybe success it's not all about accolades and money. I just mean success of great connections, great projects, great people around me in terms of like working together towards a common goal. Yeah. So this is this cycle that I'm going through. And it's like being out in the desert alone and looking around, and you're like, all right, who out here? Like I'm on my own on this one. I got to figure this thing out. And I think there's a great opportunity in that where that feels uncomfortable, but then it's like you get to come up with the resourcefulness, the resilience of, hey, I got myself, right? I'm here for myself. I'm going to find out what drives me. I'm going to go do the things that I feel most compelled to do. And there's no movie soundtrack going on. No one's celebrating you, just you and you. And you get to show up in the world how you want to show up. And no one can tell you how you're going to be or who you're going to be. You ultimately tell yourself. So, short episode, it's to be continued, is going through this process, finding out, what is it really that I want to do. And that's not about the next big deal. It's about who I want to be and how I want to show up, who I want around me. What's my community? What am I engaged in? What am I curious about? And not letting the little distractions, the little pleasures of the world, all of that pull at me. It's a battle, man. It is our mind and bodies, souls. It's a battle to protect this beautiful thing that we are, this consciousness, this identity of this thing that we get to be. How do I protect that to So I know that I'm aligned with, okay, like this is important to me. This is what matters. And that's what I'm going to keep living out. That's why I'm talking about this. That's why there's no practical advice. I'm not telling anyone how to live their life. I don't like when anyone tells me how to live my life. There's tools out there, or there's just the common feeling and connection around, oh, this is how I feel. I don't know if you feel it too. And I've talked about it in the past, but the pain or the numbness is it's a partner. It's a privilege, right? It's a portal. It can help us transcend just hiding and trying to escape where we are in life and allowing something else to come up from that. All right, so I'm going to wrap it with that. Not the most positive, exciting episode, but if you're going through that, I'm with you, right? There is something deeper, and it doesn't need to be some big achievement. The deep connection is with ourselves, with God, whatever that relationship is that you have with the closest people in your life, and the things that we get to express in our art. And that, for me, is like talking, and it's expressing, and it's sharing, and it's building, and it's working together and leading and living in a way where my body feels good, and I can be present and show up for people, not in a way to please them, but just to step up and deliver and be counted on, and to count on others, and to have a great group of people around me that I believe that makes life worth living. That's all we get to keep, is that connection, that feeling. So have a great weekend. And thanks, guys. I can't wait to talk to you again. Can't wait to engage with people if I meet you in person. And this life is a wild ride. So enjoy it all, the ups and downs, the pain, the pleasure, the wins and the losses, because you get to create who you are through all of it. All right. Sending you love, finding your edge. I'm out.